Hi, we're Taiko's Masala Dojo. This is No Taiko, No Life. This is
Yumi, Giza,
and I'm Laura. Welcome. So we're talking for 10 weeks about the Taiko principles. And so we're getting to the 6th week. We're getting down to it. We're really playing Taiko now. So not to go through all of them, but the principles go from how to really prepare and how much we have to strengthen and to just approaching the Taiko and getting ready and hitting. So this one is very technical. It's very technical about the Taiko. There's not a really good English translation. You want to give us the Japanese?
Yeah, so in Japanese it says Godeuchi, Godehiki, Aun no kokyu. And go means 5 or 50%, but it doesn't mean you have to hit with half of the strength. It means you have to hit with the same speed and same strength as you pull bachi. So you have to hit with your intention and then there's some speed, and then because it's I think easier to do that because you go with gravity, but bringing your arm up is often hard, but you have to bring your arm as fast as you hit and as strong as you hit, and that's actually a key to improve your Taiko performance, to bring your arm as fast as strong as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main I guess, essence of this principle.
Cool.
It is cool.
Thank you.
and the second part, godeuchi, godehiki means like, okay, you have to hit and then also bring your arm as, the same way, but then aun no kokyu means, in general, it talks about between two people and then they're in sync. But in this principle, it's really talking about the relationship between you and the Taiko. And you have to be in sync with Taiko when you perform.
Right, so there's the respect for it. But this principle's not real, it's kind of moving towards that, being a partner with your Taiko.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about the strength, and the strength from not just playing, but when you're pulling away and getting ready to play again. So it's that energy.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. Like in the beginning, you start playing a new song, but then also getting in the movement and also pulling back your arms.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Slow pieces have a lot of
Yes.
pieces that you have to bring your arm really up to your ear.
And not just wobble around, but just really have it straight up and not go somewhere with your bungee and rotate it or like slobber around.
And you can
really have power in the stance.
And when you watch video, like at the beginning of the piece, your arm is already high up, but then when you're getting tired, it's getting lower, 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 and it's like, I should have done that. So it's not that easy to do.
Mhm.
You're gonna say something, Laura. Why are you
So the 6th principle really is hand in hand with the 5th principle. The 5th principle is about hitting the drum accurately, really at the point. So the 6th principle is really about making the energy that you lift your bachi away from the Taiko just as strong as the hit. So the hit is important, but the pulling away is just as important and needs just as much energy. So I guess it's hard to translate, but it's like the same energy with which you hit the Taiko, you use to pull away from the Taiko. So this week, we always talk about something regarding Taiko and what's going on in the world, and the elephant in the room, I guess, is COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So our lives playing Taiko were very different before March. And we were here, sometimes we were playing 5 hours, like 10 or 12 of us in this dojo.
Without
And
this.
without this, we knew what each other looked like, and all of a sudden, no warning, it just stopped. So I've been coming to the dojo every Saturday for 8 years. 8 years, and this was really, really an empty spot.
Yeah.
And my Saturday, so, and I guess wondering, what am I gonna do? What, will we play again? I think everybody in Taiko community, because it's not like you have your flute that you're carrying back and forth,
Yeah.
and it's
other instruments that you can play at home.
right, exactly. So, as we were talking before, the professional teachers, groups, this involved their livelihood. It was in a really, any performance, theater, everything is in a really bad financial way because it is based on performance. But as amateurs, I really had to ask myself, what does Taiko mean to me? And how am I going to keep the excitement going? How am I going to keep my skill going? And really the community and the connection.
I realized this is much bigger than just practicing Taiko. Like to me, it was self-care and a consistent schedule. Like Saturday, 1 o'clock, I go to Brooklyn. And that's been for years, and then all of a sudden that's disappeared. And then also the relationship with other students, performers. I get to speak in Japanese. This is the only time I get to speak in Japanese. So that gone. So that was a huge void in my life, and I think that's why we started kind of searching for the ways to feel connected more. So we did some Zoom meetings throughout those 4 months. We had karaoke party, and this was fun, but I think it was important for us to feel connected and then maintain the relationship, and then I think that will definitely affect our future performance.
Yeah, but what we tried also to drum a little bit through Zoom, but with the sound somehow it didn't really work out the way we wanted it to, and we didn't really get it to work. So there was a little disappointment to do that. And a lot of people are Zoom tired because they do it all day long for work, and they're like, oh, another Zoom meeting.
Right.
But it was good to stay connected to everyone, because it's like a really big part of the Taiko practice here is the socialization with other people.
Right, getting that connection. Yeah. And I noticed that one of the first things we did once we couldn't come here was we started talking almost immediately about how we were going to come back, how it was going to be different. I don't think anyone said, that's it, we're never going to drum again, it's all over. We just knew it was going to be different, but we started talking almost immediately, how are we going to get back? How are we going to play? How are we going to play safely? We'll be playing in masks. Do we need to play in gloves? Thank goodness that kind of, do we need to play in gloves? Do we need shields? Do we need all this? And just slowly, I think we just came to know and trust more. And we came up with these solutions together. And here we are, we had our first day. Back in the dojo, a smaller group, starting slow and figuring out
6 feet away, lots of sanitizers.
Right.
Air, ventilation, so.
Having lines on the floor, everyone has their own space to be in with their drums.
Yeah, no food. No food.
But the study also, because I think a lot of what I think about Taiko class is being very strenuous and very aerobic and a lot of yelling and jumping around and sweating, and which is great because there's all this passion. But now the learning is more. It's like we're talking about the principles. It's really focused, and I think getting to the heart. I mean, I'm so grateful to get to play Taiko now. It's a very different energy, and I can feel myself studying very differently. I mean, when I got to walk into the dojo and see the drums, it was like, oh, my old friend, I've been playing these drums for 8 years. I know you. Hello, brown drum. Hello, red drum. There's still a hole in you there. Okay, we have to play gentle. So, no.
It was harder today not to do kakegoe. Like we decided not to do that for of course COVID.
Well, I slipped a few of them.
Yeah, but
I didn't get that message.
I was giving the rhythm like, huh, yeah. Sorry, but still it was great to perform with all other students and make one sound together.
Right.
That was
So we found our way back. We didn't know when we would come back, and slowly by slowly, we worked with our teacher and figured out a way to come back. And we had to encourage each other a lot. There were some really, really almost hopeless moments throughout all of this. But I can tell you, taking it slow and getting connected with each other brought us back here. You know, and I have a feeling since only 6 people can be in class, we're going to have to be generous with each other. I take class this week, maybe you'll take class next week or next month. So it's going to happen. We will all play again. And I don't know when we'll play at Matsuri again, but I think the more that we really connect with each other and study hard, we'll have even more to bring at our next, and I hope it's April, when we have the next Sakura Festival, wherever it is that we'll all play together. What do you think?
yeah.
It's worth working for.
Yeah, imagining like the like time that we can go back in performance, that kind of gives me hope too. Like, oh, that will be such a fun and like celebration of overcoming this historical moment of COVID, and everybody can be outside and perform. That would be so much fun. So just thinking about it also helps me, like I said, be hopeful.
Right. So keep going. Play Taiko again. No Taiko, no life.
No Taiko, no life.
So what I want to say is hello to my mother, my father. I haven't gotten to see them for a long time. They're in Missouri, in Kansas City. I'm in New Jersey. So I don't know what the world will bring. Can I travel? What will happen? They are in their 90s. My father's 91, my mother's 87, so I don't know. I don't know what I will bring to them. I know I'll bring my heart. I don't want to bring something else too. So sometimes when I'm drumming, I really think of them, and I'm just offering to my family this. I know one time my mother saw a video of me drumming, and I know that she asked me the other day, what's the name of that drum? What's the name of that drum? And I knew it's because she was telling somebody, my daughter plays that drum.
Oh.
So I miss you all. I miss you, my family, and so I'll stick close to my group. Thank you.
Okay, so I stole the idea from Laura too, so I'm going to say something to my parents in Japan. This is actually the first time in 19 years that I won't go back to Japan in summer. So it's a little bit sad. My parents told me that they can't ship anything from Japan to the US because there aren't many flights to carry the packages. So, and then the car that I sent to them took like 3 weeks to get there. So Japan feels so far away right now. But I want to tell my parents I'm still practicing Taiko, and then I haven't forgotten Japanese. 日本語覚えてますよ. Don't worry. And then I hope I can see them hopefully in a year, next summer. So.
Okay, I want to say hi to my family in Germany. They are also very far away. Usually they come here once a year, my dad and my mom, but this year, unfortunately, it's not going to be possible. So, but you can see me on YouTube, and we talk over line or FaceTime. So I'm really glad that the technology is there to do that. And I just hope that we'll be able to go next year back to Germany because it's my grandma's 90th birthday. And she was already 2 years ago, she already said, oh, you got to tell your husband yes to take vacation on that time so you guys can come and celebrate with me. So we really hope to do that. And I hope to see everyone soon.